How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, everybody?
Let me do it again.
That is none of your business.
Mad hot, son. Like, it's hot in here.
It's mad hot.
It's mad hot. We got lotion on, we black. You know, we don't look on camera. Hi, welcome back to Conversations with Keith. I'm your host, Keith Porter, head trainer here at Progression Training. And today I got my best friend, my head trainer for football here, Ahmond Gomez. How are you?
I'm good, man. Blessed to be here.
Yeah. You know, we met, you know what's weird?
That's crazy.
Because Mon remembers me before I remember him. Because we was on the Huskies together, and I really don't remember that. I remember Rebel.
You remember Rebel? Keith was big.
I was overweight.
Keith was big.
You know, let me explain.
Keith wore his socks up to his knees. Keith wore his socks.
Let me explain. In my household, I have a Southern family. Diet is the last thing on the to-do list. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there was a lot of barbecues, a lot of gravies, you know. Shout out to my mom and my grandmother if they watch this. I love y'all, seriously. So yeah, the diet was the last thing on, you know, priority list. So I was chunky.
Keith was chunky, but Keith, what number was he then? 30? No, he wasn't 30. 30.
I didn't have a favorite name. It was weird. They just flipped.
Keith was our center. We played Huskies. How old were we on Huskies? All of what? 8?
Yeah, 9? Maybe 8 or 9.
Kids. Small kids.
I was like Zion. I was a big kid, but I could move.
Keith could move for his size.
I was like Zion.
He was nothing like Zion.
Yeah.
But he could move for his size. And I came, me and my brother from Norwich came down to New London, was playing Huskies. We had these big jerseys, big shorts, everything was real big. And I think we never lost a tournament.
Nah, that picture's probably floating somewhere out there.
That picture's out there. I'll get it. I'll get the picture. There's a picture of us. Oh, you have it. There's a picture of us, all our Huskies, holding up a finger because we won another tournament. Number one. So that's how we first met. Yeah, but it wasn't until high school that we started like introducing, communicating, stuff like that. 7 years old, started playing at the Norwich Youth Field. They called it in-house back in the day.
Okay.
There was 4 teams.
Yeah.
Played the same 4 teams every week, just rotated. But I was the man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I started wearing number 24 because I got a Charles Woodson jersey by my brother's best friend who was a Raiders fan.
Okay.
Ever since then, I've been wearing that number and playing football. You know, I'd like to think that I was an athlete.
You was? Say that proudly.
I don't like to be, that guy.
Yeah.
But
you did your thing.
Soccer, 5 goals, 1 game when I was 5. So that was a pretty big deal in our family.
You did lacrosse one time.
I did not do lacrosse, but I had a friend who did lacrosse. He was okay. Went on to college, played basketball. Swore I was gonna be the next J. Football, of course. Baseball was probably my weakest sport. 1 hit the whole year. Hit by a pitch twice. Cried once. So baseball really wasn't my thing. But I was definitely volleyball gym class all-star, dodgeball, mat ball, ping pong, cricket, whatever you want. We even went badminton at the family reunions every year. Took home a trophy in that. Pool.
Oh, so you really did it. Like, you was a world-class athlete.
I should have went pro.
Yeah, you touched everything.
Something should have gave.
Yeah.
We're not closing that door yet, though.
That's true.
That door's still open. So I always liked football more than basketball because football is more aggressive. And basketball is very, you gotta be disciplined, a lot more disciplined in basketball, I think, especially for your skills to grow. Whereas football, you could be mad about something or have a lot of energy, and you could you could use that as an advantage to just take it out on somebody, and it benefits the team at the same time. You know what I mean? So like, you get angry. Yeah, you get angry at basketball. You go off on a tangent, you're costing your team. Yep. You get angry in football, you start laying people down. That's benefiting your team. So my anger, my ADHD, all of that really was like, you know what? And I was better at football than I was at basketball. Football was more of a natural thing. Growing up, I had an older brother, Terry. He's 6 years older than me. So he had his pads, and my older cousins had their pads, and we in the backyard, and I'm 7, and they're hitting me like I'm 13. So when I was going against 7-year-olds, this is easy. You know what I mean? I'm having a good time. Y'all can't tackle me. You can't. Definitely not getting away from me. So football is always much easier for me to grasp than basketball or any other sport. I knew when I was a kid I wanted to play, you know, college football, NFL. Ever since I started playing football, I'd say I wanted to be that level of a player. My first memory, like the one that makes a memory, I remember I was probably like 8 or 9, and we had this kid come down from Providence. His name was Mikey. Fast, new kid in town, new candy, you know, and I have like a long history to this day of being like kicked to the side once something else shows up. So this happened, and he is embarrassing everybody. I mean, this kid was Reggie Bush, you know what I mean? He was the real deal. I'm not gonna lie, Mikey was the real deal. And he came in there, and my brother, the #1 instigator, he's hyping this practice up.
Yeah.
Mon, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing this, and I'm like, you ever get like snot nose crying, man? Like snot bubbles and everything, and I couldn't catch him because he was so fast. And finally, he bent the corner, and I just seen him coming around. He was done for practice the rest of that day. I put him down, and I got my stripes back, you know what I mean? And I started recognizing, like, you know what? I don't care who. This is when I started getting that attitude. Like, I don't care who shows up. I'm gonna make sure that my presence is felt every time I go to play. So that started young. My aunt was married to this guy, and he had money, and he bet me. He said every touchdown you score, you'll get $20. This is the first time anybody's ever said this to me. And I ain't got no money. I went out and scored 6 touchdowns that game. $120. He never bet me after that. Never bet me after that. 6 touchdowns. And I spent 30 at the concession stand. Everybody's getting gay. So, Skittles on me. Skittles on me. Wings, everything. We partying. Never bet me again after that. 6 touchdowns. I feel like as an athlete, you gotta have it. You know what I mean? There's certain athletes out there who are just so gifted that they could be divas and whatever, and you know, you're 6 whatever, you're this fast, you're this strong, it's just gonna work for you. But for a regular person who's trying to make it in this world, you gotta have an edge to you. They call it like a chip on the shoulder, but really what it is the attitude of this. I don't care who you are, what your credentials are, there's nothing you can do with me. And I got that attitude from playing with him, playing with my other friend, Ahmond, playing with my older brother, even my dad, you know, all of them always talking to me, like making sure I'm the baddest man walking whenever I'm on the field. And, you know, the key is to carry that into those training sessions when nobody's out there. You know, it's just like, it's easier to do it when you're on the game field, but when things ain't going your way, this is when you start to see who really has the attitude and who doesn't. But when you bring that to the gym, when you bring it to the field by yourself, when you bring it to the court by yourself, and you have that attitude, I don't care what's in my way, I'm about to smoke you. You know, that's when it translates into when now when you go to get somebody, you're not even thinking I'm gonna kill you. It's just what you're doing. Like, don't get in my way because you're gonna get run over type of attitude. You know what I mean? So that came from the people around me, and just being ultra competitive, not wanting to lose. You know, I don't really care. Winning to me is, you win a game, you go home, you watch the film, it's whatever. But if you lose a game, that's on your mind all week. You know what I mean? Now you're mad, so I care more about losing than I do winning. So I feel like I win by default because I don't want to lose. You know what I mean? I didn't initially think about training kids. He got me into the training kids. He started training for a while, and then once it picked up and his name started going out there, he was like, "Yo, man, I think you should do football." And I'm like, hey, you know, to me it was like at first it was like another stream of income. You know what I mean? Sure, you know, go get some money, train some kids doing something I know about. But then you start training the kids, and then you see like the growth in a kid from week 1 to like week 2, week 3, week 4. Now you're seeing these kids do stuff that a month ago they couldn't put their left leg down with the right leg up. You know what I mean? So now we're seeing this transition. So now it's not even like about the money anymore. Now it's like, oh, there's a kid who wants to get better. You know, we're gonna see how, if you really want, you know, and then you start having fun in those training sessions. You start, because now you're seeing the love for the game. It's like almost restoring your passion and your love again. So I'm at the place now where whoever wants to train, like, come on, we gonna work, and I'm gonna bring that fire. You know what I mean? But I like to see you in 2 weeks, or to hear back. You had a kid, Joshua. He comes back, his dad comes in. He's you know, Joshua, he doesn't like doing the same things over and over. But he tells his dad, oh, you know, that stuff works. Like, he's out there killing, you know, on the football field. So stuff like that is really like, all right, I like what I'm doing here. So
I think the beauty of it is like you see yourself in those kids.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that you struggle with, you see them struggling with it, and now you're like, hey, I know how to get over this, and now you see that growth, which just makes it so much better.
I agree. I spend a lot of time with God. Tremendous amount of my time is some variation of either worship playing, I'm reading, I'm praying, I'm studying, ministering to somebody. God's a big part of my life. So a lot of the time it's that. But if I'm not doing that, I love movies. I'll sit down, find a good movie. Fishing, I like to go fishing. I still like to play sports, So every so often, me and this guy came into the gym. When was it? A few months back. We played basketball like we was 19 again.
Body was broken.
As soon as we was done, everybody just limping to the car. You know what I mean? So still getting out there playing sports. Vacationing. I want a vacation every day if I could. Travel, see the world, see what we got to offer.
So we're gonna be good.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
just getting the start. All right.
The problem is, I already got tears.
Yeah.
So the start of the video is gonna be me looking crazy. We don't got a makeup team.
Yeah, we're missing a lot here.
It's all right. It's in the budget for next year.
Yeah, it's in the budget.
Definitely.
Spit it out. Yo.
All right.
Yeah, we in the mud. What's the question?
All right.
Ready? You ready? I'm good.
Hands a little sweaty.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Natural.
Tap me up one time.
Natural.
There it is. All right.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
we have-
I'm blessed to be here, brother.
Yeah. You want instead
I'll
of
look
the
at
thing.
you.
Here's the thing.
I did look at the camera.
Editing takes this all out.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
flow.
yeah. I'm
Get it
just
back.
flow.
Get it
Yeah,
right
I'm
back.
gonna get it back.
Stay in character.
All right, give me one more time. Give me one more time. You don't gotta
Take
get up.
three.
You don't have to get up.
But
See,
we
y'all
did-
got me confused. Like, him up in the door. It's hot in here, money. It's hot. I got lotion on my body. Lotion on my. Yeah, you get your workout in.
take 3.
Take 4.
Hi. All right. All right. We good? We good? All right, we good. Hi, welcome back to Conversations with Keith. I'm the head trainer here at. Damn it. Ah, Jesus Christ. This is gonna take a minute. Yeah.
Ready? Take 1.
4. Yeah.